impact on the game.
And here are the Clippers now. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. Leonard attacking. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
That's just terrifying coming down the lane. I mean, when Leonard is attacking with ferocity, man, the D has to foul. And everyone knows what an elite defender Kawhi Leonard is. I mean, he's a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he can still shape games with his defense.
Here's James. That shot, no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
An incredibly strong player. Leonard able to convert through the contact.
And with Leonard, he's just as sharp as ever with his stifling defense.
Oh, his versatility is incredible. I mean, he can guard the toughest forward or guard each game. And he still has the energy to go out there and get numbers on the offensive end as well.
LeBron James with the assist.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
George.
Paul George.
Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
The offense, I mean, 3 or 4, a solid start for this game.
LeBron James.
Good on the shot.
Yeah, you know, LeBron's mental strength is just so focused that nothing much phases him. He stays locked in.
Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard, good.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail. Woo! He just levitated in the air, double pumped, and then slammed it home.
How about the D right there? They just got out of the way. They let him choose what kind of move he wanted to make.
And what a beautiful move it was that he picked.
Now, here is James. Up again. The shot comes out. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. And the basket by Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
Count on Leonard to not get held back by the contact. He goes right through it to get his shot off.
Here's James.
LeBron James.
Shot from the low post is good.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Back to George. They double team George. Here's Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
George's all-around game is very impressive. His passing has really grown. He's able to whip passes over to open teammates right on time and on target now.
Timeout called, the Lakers. And with Paul George, Grant, you know what he delivers. Very consistent in what he'll bring to each game.
I mean, the scoring is always going to be there, but his defense doesn't take a night off either. I mean, very nice and consistent production from him.
And the Clippers making a change here. Out to the right wing. Back to Monk. George over to help. Down low. Here's Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Well, you describe AD's games and you start running out of superlatives. I mean, when this guy is healthy, he dominates in a different fashion, but in similar ways to Tim Duncan.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And here's Westbrook. Pass to Davis. And George with some nice D. On offense, here are the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Over the years, we've seen Leonard add different things to his game. Now, an offensive machine.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
Well, Anthony Davis helped rescuing the Lakers from some lean years. In the 6 seasons prior to his arrival, they'd missed the playoffs more times than in the previous 65 years of franchise.
And a year after they got him, they're hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy. And now with his new contract, he should help them compete for a long time to come.
Pass to Powell. And it's off from 3-point range.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Davis.
Anthony Davis.
And finished off by Davis.
Russell Westbrook.
It's clear that Davis loves to put on the show for the fans, and putting on the show is exactly what he's doing.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself, couldn't control himself there.
Davis misses. It's George with the drive. And a nice finish on the layup. George has got 8.
George, a devastating finisher with momentum behind him. He doesn't let anything get in his way on the drive. He's right to the rack.
And so it's Anthony Davis making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Something else I like out of them so far. They're throwing their bodies around in the paint and scoring inside.
And Grant, your dad played pro football. You think that players who grew up around pro sports have an advantage?
Yes, B.A. Obviously, being around a professional athlete, understanding the dedication, the sacrifice, the work that goes into it, really, I think, helped me at an early age as I was developing in a different sport.
The Lakers with the ball. Here's James.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
All right, BA, Russell Westbrook last season said titles won't define him. He said, quote, I grew up in the streets. I'm a champion. I don't have to be an NBA champion. My legacy isn't based on what I do on this court. It's what I do off the floor. How many people I'm able to impact and inspire.
Oh, different perspective, Allie. Good stuff. Now here's George. Give him 8 points now. It's George on the wing. They double team George. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. So it's the Lakers now. Pass to Anthony. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Covington grabs the board. And it's the Clippers ball. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. James outside. It's tipped. Oh, George with a steal. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by James. George has the open look. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. George has got 10 points.
It's been a dominant night for him. Staying productive throughout.
Yeah, you watch LeBron play, and it's obvious he gets more joy out of passing to his teammates and setting them up than scoring himself. But tonight, he's feeling it.
And the longevity of LeBron's greatness is unprecedented. The oldest starter in the league last season and still producing at an MVP level.
Hartenstein, no good. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And what's incredible for LeBron is not just how good he is at his age, but the mileage on his body, Grant.
So true, B.A. I mean, just 3 players in NBA history have exceeded 60,000 minutes played, including the playoffs. That's Kareem, Karl Malone, and the one and only LeBron James.
Here's Anthony. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to George. Back to Jackson. It's stolen by James. Here's Westbrook. And Westbrook slams it home.
Yeah, you know, it's like the game is in slow motion for LeBron. He sees the entire floor and sees it so well, knows what's coming, and usually always makes the right pass.
Now here's George. He's got 10. No good. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Outside for Davis. "50 seconds left to play in the second quarter." That one's wide left.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Marcus Morris
And
Sr.
plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Davis. The shot's good.
4-2.
Davis has got 11 points.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Jackson outside. Pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. And he drives in. Stolen by Davis. Monk for 3. Hits the three-pointer. Monk's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
You've got to get out on Monk now. He shoots a high percentage from outside the arc, and the form, perfect.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Lakers on top, up 5. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Now, here is James. 5-point lead, biggest of the game.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Fabrizio Zubac.
And the shot goes.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
James with the ball, and it's Leonard picking him up. Now James, 12 points for him, and slam dunk by James.
James throwing it down with that power dunk. You know, the defense can't allow him to get what he wants inside because that's easy pickings for LeBron.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
James. And finished off by